Evelyn. This is my session breakdown of me and Tyson Yen's cover of Bury the Light. This is, I want to say with confidence, the biggest project I've ever had to do. There's a lot of stuff going on in here. Um, a lot of stuff. So, we're just gonna take this, starting with guitars. So yeah, let's just solo those really fast. So, there's a lot of guitar layers. The guitar I learned from Casey Edwards' official tutorial. And then of course I added some of my own stuff as you heard. In the original song there are no 8-string guitars, but um I wanted to because I cannot make a bass synth as heavy as what Casey did, unfortunately. He really just knocked it out of the park with that. So instead I have a guitar and drop C#1. Um yeah, so let's go from bottom up. This is just my standard rhythm guitar. It's in drop D and just playing some power chords basically. That's it. Um, yeah, nothing crazy. And then during the refrain, of course, it's playing the. And I'm all for all my rhythm tones. I'm using um the Joey Sturgis Howard Benson again. This is the same thing I do with Double Trigger. But yeah, then I have these low octave guitars which is playing in Java chart. Like I said, if you've watched the Casey Edwards tutorial video on how to play on how to play this song, then you know what I'm playing. It's not like a mystery. Um, these took a lot of tweaking for me to be happy with them. Excuse like the excuse the crackling. Let me increase the block size. Um, that help. And just because I'm not using, I can't record using ACO audio, and so I have to use like the built-in Windows audio, which just isn't great. Um, that's some clean guitars. I have this guitar. In the original song, this is an acoustic, and I was planning to use my acoustic, but um, I don't know. I just didn't feel like setting up for recording for it, so I'm using my Strat on like the middle pickup with a pretty dry clean tone. It gets the job done. And then I have my lead guitars here. I have this. Yeah, this just does not wanna. Ugh. Very sorry about that. Nothing I can do about it. Then I have like my panning bullshit guitars here. I do realize now that in the original song the panning is a little slower, but you know it doesn't. It's just that add texture, anyways. I have a few bass tracks. I have a clean one, and then I have my distorted one. Both are using the Nick Nocturnal like metalcore bass library from Submission Audio. Nothing crazy. I did print out the drum tracks for these because there was just a lot going on in the project, so I couldn't afford to keep another instant contact open at all. I just couldn't. Yeah. Um, most of the heavy lifting in this track is, as usual, the synth and the post production. I would say. I have like the synth kick. Um, pretty. It's just a really cool texture in the opening, I think. Then I have the synth bass here. Very Doom sounding. This bass line in general is very classic Doomy sounding. I have a string library here, which is not frozen for some reason. I'm using the Sesh Studio Horns, the Studio Strings too. I think that's by Kontakt themselves. I don't remember. Then I have my lead synth here, which is going to like a lead verb bus. Just so I can control that and have it all like separate. Yeah, and then I have my guitar doubler synth. I've already shown you guys that before. But like for parts like this, it helps a lot. And like you can see the trails here of how noisy it is when I don't gate it myself. Yeah. Great synth. Then I have all my post-production elements here. I have this really cool drone. It's from Oblivion by Heaviosity. It was designed by, I think, David Levy. He worked on one of the Doom soundtracks. Incredible. Very menacing. I have it going on basically the whole track. I have this little snare bomb reverb thing that I'm just using. I don't normally do that, but for this song, especially during like the verses where there's a lot of empty space, it really helps fill it out. And my reverse crash, I'm using a crash sample in some places. It's not used a whole lot. That's a lie, it's used quite a bit. But it's just there to get some high end to some of the drops. Nothing crazy. And then I have these stings that are also from Heaviosity. I'm sorry, Oblivion by Heaviosity. Nothing crazy. And I think these riders are also Heaviosity. Oblivion by Heaviosity. Yeah, they're great tension builders. And then up here is what you're probably all here for. These are once again Tyson's vocals. He sent them to me processed once again. Again, I don't know if that was on purpose, but they sound great. I didn't need to do a lot. Um, on the falsetto, I did add a de-esser because the sibilances were bothering me a little bit. I'll let you hear what that sounds like with or without. It's not doing a lot, but it is just making it a little more manageable in the whole, like, the context of the whole mix. Um, yeah, Tyson's vocals are great. Like I said, on the bus, I just have my 1175. I have Soothe 2, which just getting rid of some harshness. The 1175 is an 1176 style compressor. It's just making sure nothing. It's just making sure all the vocals kind of stay at a relative volume. And at the end here, I have an EQ that's just giving some high end. And then I learned this from Nolly actually. You can kind of give him more of a high end boost, and then like take a dynamic EQ to like have it go down in a controlled kind of way. It's like it's a very subtle difference, but it is very nice. And then I'm taking off a lot of low end here because the song has a lot of low end already, like a lot. So I'll just let you listen to some of Tyson's isolated vocals here.
There's no coming home.
The harmonies in this song are very much chordal. They're not like they're not just like perfect thirds harmony, like, or they're not counter melodies. They are very much chordal. So if I like play this part here, nope, this part, this part too, actually. You can hear that's kind of mimicking the bass line a little bit. If I bring that up, um, it's easy to hear if I actually do the drop F sharp guitars. He's kind of mimicking that sound, which gives the chords a much more full sound. Um, I just realized that I didn't go into a lot of detail on how I'm mixing the bass. So I'm going to the bass list here. I have this track spacer. I don't remember. I think what's going into it is the kick drum, and that just removes some of the lower frequencies from the bass and the kick drum hits. Um, Before that, I have an easy mix. It's just I it's just become part of the sound at this point, and it's been in my template for like a year, and I don't want to remove it because it sounds fine. So, and then I just have a limiter here, just to kind of control it. That's about it. Um, on guitar here, I have a virtual mix rack. I don't do this anymore. I do something a little different now. But I kind of have a virtual mix rack, and all that's doing is it's just a basic EQ here. Um, I'm just adding a little bit of low and taking away a little bit of low mid, adding a little bit of high mid. Not doing anything with the highs. And then I don't exactly know what Trimmer does. I kind of stole this part from someone else. I don't remember who. I think Joey Sturgis. No, Nolly. I stole it from Nolly. Um, Sounds good though. And then I just have a limiter here to make sure the guitars don't overpower each other. Getting the guitar solo to sit nicely was a bit of a challenge. I had to duck the rhythm guitars quite a bit. So throughout the entire song, most of the rhythm guitars are like a +2, and so I had to subtract 4 from that to get the guitar solo to even stand out at all. Um, I think it worked pretty well though. That's pretty much it. It is a fairly large project. Yeah, it was a lot of fun to work on. I've wanted to do a cover of Bury the Light for a while, but I just had to figure out where to find a vocalist, and Tyson was just graceful enough to help me out with this. So yeah, go listen to the cover. By the time you're seeing this, it's gonna be out on Tyson's channel. So yeah, that's about it. See ya.